Welcome to the Real Mama Pod.
I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
We are real moms.
Sharing real experiences. The things people don't tell you.
Hey, mama, hey.
Hey, mama, hey.
How you doing, friend?
I am okay. I'm not the best, but I'm here. I'm present. How are
I
you?
know. I'm okay. I'm with you. My heart is with you. For those who are listening, and this is your first time listening, I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
the
the
Real
Real
Mama
Pod.
Pod. So Kendra may be a little sad today. Kobe passed away unexpectedly.
Yeah.
So we are kind of dedicating this episode to Kobe too, because y'all know he's the OG, as Jared would call him, the OG of all the dogs.
He is.
So we love you, friend. And Kobe,
Thank
we miss
you.
you.
Thank you. I cried enough today, so I should be good.
Yeah, you look good though. At least your eyes not all puffy like you've been crying all day.
Well, I got these glasses on. We're going to roll with it. We're going to roll.
Yes. So we have a guest today, and I'm so excited for this guest because, y'all know, divine intervention and just alignment, the podcast is big on that. And so we happened to stumble across her content on some page. I think it was parents page or something like that. And her family is just so cute. She was announcing to her grown kids, right? College age, late high school to college kids to adulthood kids, that she was expecting a baby. And so they looked at her like, what? And at first I thought she was playing too. When I watched the video, I was like, oh, she's pranking them. Maybe it's April Fool's or something. I don't know, but she was dead serious. And so even after the video was over, they were still looking puzzled, I don't believe this, or why would you do this? And so we reached, me being me, y'all know how I am. I just love talking to people and meeting new people. First, I checked with Kim first. I was like, I think this would be a great episode. She's like, go ahead, friend. So I reached out to Stephanie, and she was like, I would love to. And I was like, oh my gosh, yay. Because y'all know people sometimes with larger followings, either they don't check their DMs or they leave you on red or stuff like that. But no, she was so sweet. And then we had a meet and greet just so we could get to know each other a little better. And she was fabulous. So it was this is a great fit. And we haven't had an episode with moms who are expecting at the age of 40 or older. We know that is a thing, especially within our age group. Women are becoming more career driven, waiting, or just spacing them out. Like Stephanie, she started at 16 and now again at 43. Just talking about that journey and what that looks like, being pregnant, and that geriatric. I hate that word, by the way. I'm like, can we come up with another term in 2026? Can we come up with something? Somebody come up with something, please. I even hate saying it, but I don't have another word to replace it. So y'all help me out if y'all have something else. But just really what her experience is like being a person pregnant in their 40s. So welcome, Stephanie.
Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
How are you?
I am amazing. Amazing. Doing good.
Welcome to the Real Mama Pod, Stephanie.
It is good to be here.
You. So
And Devin, that name now is called advanced maternal age. It doesn't sound much better than geriatric.
Okay, I'll take that.
It's better than geriatric.
Geriatric, that just sounds like you're
nursing
105.
It really does.
It's giving nursing home.
Yes.
But yeah.
Okay, tell me that again. Tell me it one more time.
Advanced maternal age.
Okay, advanced maternal age.
AMA. So
Okay.
that's the new.
Yeah. AMA, I like that.
Much better.
Okay, we're gonna say AMA from now on.
Yeah.
See, we learn something new every day at the pod.
We might have to post that definition on the on our social media
to educate.
I had no idea. We do not like the term geriatric.
I'm learning just like y'all.
So Stephanie, Devin gave a really good synopsis of who you are, a high level, but we want to get to know you a lot more. So we always ask our guests to give us a brief synopsis of their journey to mamahood. So if you don't mind, can you briefly tell us about your journey to mamahood?
Even though my journey is not brief, but we're going to make it brief. So I'm Stephanie Dyer. I am a Nashville native, born and raised here in Nashville, Tennessee. My journey to motherhood started extremely early. Started at 16, believe it or not. it was a time where I would say some people probably were nervous or concerned, but I was never ever, never ever.
Real content made by real people. These are real mamas.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
love it. It's real. It's like real life. Seriously,
Yep. These
somebody,
people
somebody.
don't care. They don't care about anything but themselves.
Oh, I'm
All
sorry,
right.
Stephanie. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So, my journey to motherhood started at the age of 16, and whereas some of my friends or people I know that might have started that early, started in a state of confusion. And
Mhm,
I say like my father and my parents basically were some of my biggest supporters, even though that time frame to become a mother wasn't the most ideal. I'm pretty sure my
mhm,
parents didn't think that was the most ideal. That wasn't the plan they had for me. And then we could just, be honest, society looks at teenage mothers as, something that's not the best.
Right.
It's a mistake. But I'll say my journey was amazing. Number one, I think my parents always let me know like babies are a gift from God.
mhm.
And God doesn't wake up surprised, like, oh gosh, Stephanie's pregnant today. So why are we why are we surprised? So my parents were really supportive and helped me understand that this is a gift that we have to give back to God in order
Mhm,
for
Mhm.
him to shape and mold this gift for you to be able to still transition through life. So started at the age of 16. I still graduated from high school. I actually graduated with honors.
mhm,
Went on to get married at the age of 22. It's my first marriage, and I was actually pregnant with my daughter. I got married at 23. I was pregnant with my daughter in my wedding. So
mhm,
my 20-year-old. So I have a 27-year-old, my 20-year-old daughter Jelani, and then a little few years after that, my 17-year-old Josiah was born. So my journey through motherhood, I kind of explained to my mom, but she kind of misunderstood what I was saying. And I'm pretty sure there are some women out here who can understand this. Every time I was pregnant, it was always kind of like some reservations, like, oh my gosh, like,
mhm,
what am I going to do? How are we going to take care of this baby? What do we, is this the right thing? Do we do the right thing? What are we going to do? We're going to have to adjust some things. How are we going to be able to afford this? So, transition to now, I am remarried. This is me and my husband's first child together. It was a different feeling. Not that it was a feeling of, I'm trying to say this without making my 3 previous pregnancies seem to be like,
No, we get you. This
I
is the
think
real
just
mama pod.
yeah, like maturity, being able to be
mhm,
like, "Oh, okay,
mhm.
I can finally afford to feed a baby now."
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm not so much stressed about the care for the baby. I
Mhm,
think more of the stress was, how am I gonna feel?
mhm,
Mm.
How my body gonna take a pregnancy? That's more of the worry now versus how am I gonna physically, financially, and emotionally, and even mentally care for a baby. So the journey has been complex. It has been diverse.
mhm,
And it's been a learning lesson. With
Yeah.
each child, you learn something different. So
mhm.
so yeah, that's a little bit in a
Yeah.
long journey, but compressed.
And then you have a blended family as well, right? So how many kids
Yes.
total?
So, very complex and unique
It's
situation.
okay.
So
I have the similar
so
background.
okay, so my first, marriage, me and my ex-husband, we had a blended family of 7 kids, so it was 9 of us all together, 4 boys and 3 girls. And you can ask their moms, and we laugh about this all the time. When people saw us together, people actually thought they were all my kids. So here I
Mm.
am, like, walking around with these 7 kids, and they're like, people feeling sorry for me. They're asking me, "Are they all your kids?" And I'm like, "No, they're not all they're not all my kids." But the way, that we all got along and ensured that they were raised together, the cohesiveness between the 7 of them, you would think they were all raised in the same household. So,
Mhm.
did a pretty good job of that and still doing a good job of that now. And then so I remarried and still have a great relationship with my 4 bonus kids from my previous marriage.
Yeah.
So I remarried, and me and my husband have no kids. So our first now, and my husband has one son who's 21. So
Okay.
together, my new blended family. That sounds crazy.
No, it doesn't.
I know somebody out there can relate.
I can.
Yeah. Okay. So
Absolutely.
four children. They are all grown except for the 17-year-old.
Okay. Wow,
Okay.
I love
A
it.
new baby that's coming.
Yeah, so I come
And
from
the
a
new
blended
baby.
family as
Okay.
well. So my mom actually remarried twice and then got engaged twice. So I totally get it.
Yeah,
So
you get
all
it.
my
You get it.
siblings, like we're very, very blended. So it doesn't like I'm like, I get it 100%. So
Yeah.
that's amazing. I love that. So let's talk about the pregnancy and your reaction when you found out like your kids are either grown or very close to being grown. So you're very close to being like a empty nester and now you're like starting over. So let's
Yes.
talk about your reaction when you found out that you
Okay.
were pregnant.
So so this is so funny, y'all. I'm really laughing at myself because so around like I'll say November of 2025 is when
Okay.
I really started noticing a change in my body. And I was like, something is not right. I
Hmm.
was like, something's going on here. I'm moody. I'm gaining weight. I'm eating ridiculously crazy. Like I'm pretty fit. Like I'm a
Hmm.
gym goer, workout. I'm pretty conscious on what I eat. And during this time, I just did not care. I was pulling up to Chick-fil-A and getting a kid's meal with the ice cream cone and some soup on the side. Like that was one of my go-to meals at Chick-fil-A. I didn't want us to get like a lot of food, but I felt like I
Hmm.
got a kid's meal that kind of
Yeah.
wasn't too bad. So around November, I'm just moody. I'm not gonna lie, me and my husband were like, I'm like snapping off on him. I'm like, why are you mad at him? Like he hasn't even done anything. Like
Hmm.
you're just going off. So I'm noticing these changes. I'm like, something is just not right. And then finally, my boobs started growing. And I don't know if there's any people out there a part of the itty bitty tea committee.
I used to be.
I am part of that committee. So
Not,
when
unfortunately.
so, so when they started growing, I was like, oh wow. Something I was like, oh Lord. I was like, either something's going on with my body. I'm finna go to the doctor. They gonna tell me I gotta go. I got some illness or there is a baby inside of here. So I
Hmm.
kind of toyed with the idea of just with myself, me and God, for about a week. And finally I came home probably about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. And I stopped at the store to get a pregnancy test. I was like, we finding out tonight. Like
Hmm.
we're gonna put an end to this. And I went home and I told my husband, I was like, hey, we need to talk. He was like, what? Mind you, we kind of been like
Right.
beefing a little bit.
Hmm.
It was me. I'm not even gonna lie, it was me. It was him a little bit.
So
A little bit, but it was me. And I told him, I was like, hey, I think I'm pregnant. He was like, huh? What you mean? I was like, I think I'm pregnant. He's like, how do you know? I said, sir, I'm pretty sure I know what my body's supposed to feel like when it's not pregnant. So that is kind of what started the inkling of pregnancy and took the pregnancy test. Didn't even take 20 seconds and oh no,
Hmm.
I don't even remember what kind I got, but it was positive. And I was like, mm, let's try morning pee. Nighttime pee probably isn't the
Not morning
best
pee.
pee. Yeah.
so
The
if you
box.
came up positive, you were pregnant.
Right.
This is how much in denial I'm in. I was like, the box says morning time is the best time to, you know.
Mm,
So let's just wait till the morning. Let's go to bed on this. So that's kind of where it started, and I don't even know if that's what you asked me, but
No, that's what that's what
okay,
I asked.
that was
okay,
Uh,
okay.
that's hilarious.
Stephanie, what was your husband's reaction to you being pregnant?
well, poor baby, he was so numb. I think he just unthawed out probably about a month ago. Yeah,
You defrosted.
just defrosted a month ago. Oh Lord! But I
That's
mean,
hilarious.
he I can't really say he had a reaction. I think he was just as much in denial as I was, because we literally were in denial. I was like, "It's no way, no way."
Mhm.
I'm like, 17 years, y'all. I have not been on birth control.
Mm-hmm.
I have not had a oops, do I think you could be, we need to go get a pregnancy test. Baby, we've been doing good.
Right.
Wow.
Anyway, so his reaction, be very supportive always. I think his
Mhm.
biggest thing was making sure I was okay.
Mhm.
He wasn't too much. First of all, my husband has dynamic faith, and he's always a man of, God's going to work it out. God's going to take care of us. So he wasn't afraid. He wasn't, I think he was more so trying to figure out, like, okay, what do we do financially now? What do we have to put on hold? Because we're focused on retirement. We're focused on, you know, exiting all this mom and daddy duties. And I think that was what was going through his mind. Like, how am I going to take care of my wife and a baby and, still be supporting our 17, he helped support the 17-year-old as well. So I think for him, it was, and two, trying to figure out, because I stand on my feet all day. This is one of the things he did say. He was like, how are you going to go to work and stand on your feet, for 9 months? And how are you going to work with the baby? And I was like, honey, girl, I got this.
Right.
I'm a pro. Okay, I got
Right.
this. So because again, this is new territory for us both as parents because we don't have any kids together. So I
Mhm.
think for him it was trusting me as a mother to be able to do this thing,
Mhm.
and then trusting himself as a father in his as a new father in his late age. And the funny thing is, my husband is the same age as my father was when I was born.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yeah. So my husband's 46. My dad was 46 when I was born.
Wow.
Wow.
And so, and thankfully, gratefully, and amazingly, my husband has so many similarities. My father has passed away, so of my late father.
Mhm.
So it gives me comfort to know that eventually
Mhm.
he's gonna be, nah, he's amazing, but he's
Yeah.
gonna be,
No, we get you.
you know,
We get you.
there's some sweet spots there.
Absolutely.
Um,
For sure.
Yeah, so for him, he's the one that's waking up with me at night like, "Oh, are you okay?" Trying to
Mhm.
roll me over like a rotisserie chicken and
Love it.
you know, seeing if I need food. And it took him a little while to understand, because when his son was born, my husband actually was playing football in Europe. So
Mhm.
he
Okay.
didn't get a chance to experience this part because
Mhm.
he played professional football.
Mhm.
So it wasn't until his son was born that he came home to actually, you know, take care of the baby. But the whole pregnancy 9 months thing, he had never experienced that. So
Mhm.
Mm,
he kind of had to learn. He didn't really understand the nausea and the stomach hurting and the
Mhm.
emotional things. And I was like, look, I don't know if you need to read a book or you need to call
They
on a
have a
friend. Yeah. But let me tell you this much right here. This is happening, and it's not a lot you're gonna be able to do about how I feel. And like telling me what to do, that's the last thing you want to do.
right.
Just
Yeah.
like, so he's understanding. He's getting it. It's
Mhm.
Mhm.
taking him some time. Because we're setting our ways. It's like, who wants to
Right.
undo some things?
Yeah.
Um and you gotta kind of figure that out. So reconfiguring is kind of, I guess, what
I
he's
can
doing, his
imagine.
mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So how has this pregnancy been different from your others, if at all?
Whew. So I
Because
had
I
my
have
last
a kid
child at 20.
here, so.
So my last child, I had him at 27. The difference between this and those, I think for first of all, I feel like I'm a lot healthier than I
Mhm.
Okay.
was at
Mhm.
27. Even though this is more, I think, of a risk, is what they say. Um, it can be a risk. I believe I'm a lot more healthier now
Mhm.
than I was at 27.
Mhm.
So whereas at 27 I might not have worked out, I still had a little bit more energy at
Mhm.
Right.
27. Whereas now I might not have as much energy, but I can go to the gym and
Mhm.
get
Mhm.
in a good, like, I lift weights and everything. So I can
Mhm.
go to the
Okay.
gym and work out and, get on the treadmill and the Stairmaster, where I couldn't do that at 27. I think
Mhm.
mentally I wasn't there.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing is like feeling some of the aches and the pains earlier in the pregnancy.
Mhm.
Um, kind of is the difference maker in that. So I think that's really the only thing, the aches and the pains. I'm yeah, that's about it.
I heard
Yeah.
when you hit 40,
Yeah.
because my knee, I'm not 40 yet. Just next year, I'll be 40.
Uh-huh.
My right knee has been cracking a little bit, and I
Acting
don't
up.
know about that. Like, I don't know. So I can imagine
Yeah.
your body
Listen,
is
it's
not that you don't have as much energy as you did when you were 27, but
Exactly.
it sounds like the working out helps with
Yeah, it helps.
pregnancy.
And thankfully that's a lifestyle that I introduced to myself well before I even met my husband. He's pretty big on, going to the gym and working out. He at 46, he can run a mile like and run me out the gym. And I'm over here
mm,
trying to walk a mile. But that's kind of something where we bond as well, being able to go to the gym. So thankfully I created that lifestyle for myself before
Yeah.
even turning 40. So in my mid 30s, I created that lifestyle. So it's kind of prepared me um, for
Mhm.
where I am today to not be so lethargic. I get
Mhm.
tired, yeah, but nothing beats being in the gym and kind of throwing some weights and letting out some steam. It's like once I get there, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right.
That's
So, is it anything you're looking forward to in this pregnancy that you may not have experienced when you were pregnant before?
So my biggest thing I'm looking forward to in this pregnancy is really fostering a true relationship with God between my
Mhm.
child and
Mhm.
and really trusting and believing God's word and God's promises for this baby and really introducing my child to Christ in a more authentic way. I
Mhm.
believe when my kids were younger, it was kind of a default, sort of say, not
Okay.
because I didn't want to do it. My understanding wasn't as clear
Mm,
then as it is now. So the
okay.
the need for it and the understanding of God's word is so much more clearer now. So I really get to focus on God's promises for me, for my child, and then aside from that, the hope that it brings to other women who are waiting. You're
Mm,
just hoping for God to bless them
Mhm.
with the baby. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm most excited about outside of having a baby, having the actual physical baby.
Amen.
that's good.
We
I
Yeah.
support
love
that.
that.
We
Yeah.
are true believers in God and everything that He does for us and our family. So that's awesome that you're intentional about introducing your son and having plans and really just kind of savoring in that. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about geriatric pregnancy in quote, or excuse me, is it AMA now?
AMA, yeah, advanced
Correct?
maternal age.
Yes. But also, like, having a child in your 40s is also kind of flagged as high risk or what have you. So, can you tell us how your doctor's appointments, like, are they treating you differently than what they did when you were 27 having your last child and even your pregnancies before? Like, what has your experience been with doctors?
So this just lets you know how so much of this is so divine and it's heavenly, and this is like God ordained. So my sister is an OBGYN. She
Mhm.
doesn't practice anymore. She actually lives in Seattle. So shouts out to my sister, Dr. Karen Scott. Um, sh I was so excited to tell her.
Mhm.
Um, so she was like the third or fourth person I told. And she's like, "Sis," I just sent her the results. She was like, "Sister, is this you?" I was like, "Yes, girl, it's me." So she immediately got hands on and was like, "I'm gonna connect you with the best providers, and I'm gonna make sure you are well taken care of," because my sister actually does research
Mhm.
for women's reproductive health. And
Mhm.
her one of her components is the disparities of Black women dying during childbirth versus white women.
Mhm.
So she's really, really big on patient care and how you're treated as a Black birthing mother,
Mhm.
um, to ensure that the care the care that's provided helps you move along, and,
Mhm.
and you're focused on me as a patient and not my comorbidities, or not so much focused on you know the things that, let me just say this, so I don't get too deep.
No, you're fine.
um, Having my sister at my side has really helped me navigate this AMA.
Mhm.
So my sister jumped right in. She actually is a firm believer in midwifery. So she educated me on the difference between a midwife, doulas, and an OBGYN.
Mhm.
So she helped me find a women's clinic here called Hey Diana Health, who is Diana Health basically is a women's clinic that has everything wrapped in one. So you don't have to leave the clinic for anything less for like a specialist. So I have
Wow.
I have a team of midwives that I see. They do have an OBGYN there, but a team of midwives. And I will say my care there, everyone treats me as if it doesn't matter if I'm 27, 37, or 47. I'm not
Mm.
looked at as a walking high risk geriatric patient or
Right.
geriatric mother or geriatric pregnancy. I'm looked at for me. Do they care for some of the things that they have to specifically care for? For me, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not viewed as someone who's coming in and I don't feel like they have to walk on eggshells to provide care for me. So that has been amazing. And everything that I feel when I go inside of there, it's like I'm seen, I'm heard, I'm valued. I don't feel like my appointments are rushed.
Mhm.
So I attribute all of that to my sister kind of doing some research behind the scenes from all the way on the West Coast because she lives in Seattle now. And then also backing that up with a lot of evidence and research to kind of help me understand how to really, knock this thing out the park
Mhm.
Yeah.
and have a successful pregnancy and amazing delivery. So everything's been great so far as like my care.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to your sister.
Yeah. Yeah. Shouts
So
out
do
to
you
my
have to
sister.
have, like, extra appointments or anything
Yeah, I
like
do.
that? Or
I
okay,
do.
what does that
But
look like? Walk us
however,
through that.
it was my choice.
Okay.
So when first of all, I got in this whole um maternal care late in the game because
Okay.
remember, November is when I took the pregnancy test.
Mhm.
Between that time and me actually getting to a doctor's appointment, it was almost a month
Right.
because we were in the middle of basketball season. Basketball season has just started. Shouts out to my home team, not home team, but my girls team. We were in the middle of basketball season had just started. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I am pregnant, I'm probably like 4 weeks. I'll get
Mhm.
to the doctor at some point. It's not my first rodeo. I know what to do. Get some
Right.
maternity. I mean, some what are the things I take?
Prenatal.
Vitamins, prenatal.
Yeah.
Take those. Be mindful of what I eat. Get some rest, and then get to the doctor. Well, I fast forward to me getting to the actual appointment to get an ultrasound because I'm still kind of not believing that I'm pregnant, child, even
Mhm.
after 3 pregnancy tests. It's like December now, so I get there, get the ultrasound, and the doctor confirms there's someone in there, ma'am.
Someone.
Yeah. Um, I'm almost 3 months pregnant.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when this baby due?
Baby's doing July 5th.
Woo.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Hey.
I'm almost 3 months pregnant by the time I finally agree with my body
Mhm.
after I get through these are the stages: denial, shock, acceptance, happiness. So honestly, it wasn't so much denial. It was really, I was like, okay, God, I just don't want to get to the doctor and they're like, oh no, you just got perimenopause, girl, and by the way, you got blah 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 blah. We need to do XYZ. So
Right.
I didn't want to get my hopes up high to think that I am pregnant. Then I just get there and I'm like let down, like, oh, so I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Um, so that was kind of the denial part. I'm like, girl, don't psych yourself out, get in here. And I'd be like, honey, you are done. Them things is dried up. So So fast forward to all of that, finally found out almost 3 months pregnant. So the care kind of started a little later than most women. So
Okay.
so just saying that to say, by the time I got in there, they had to fast track everything. So actually had a lot of appointments back to back to back to back. So now I did agree to go see it's called a MFM, maternal fetal medicine doctor, so like a high risk doctor. So
Okay.
I did agree to incorporate that care um into as a provider. So I do go see two different doctors or
Mhm.
two different offices. So two different providers is the word I'm looking for every month.
Okay. Okay, and that's something that you didn't do before in your
No, that's
previously
that's not.
pregnancies.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So moms or people who want to have children who may not have children yet, approaching the age 40, that's something to be mindful for. So,
yeah.
okay, that was helpful. So what advice do you have for women in their late 30s, early 40s who um may be experiencing this for their first time or may be considering having a baby now? um I'm a big researcher and I found a lot of pros to um women waiting later if they choose to. Like, I don't think there's I'm a person, I don't think there's no perfect time. It's because
No,
if you
I'm
have
the
your
same
kids
way.
younger,
Yep.
you get your whole, like, adult life to live your life. If you have your kids older, you have your young time, but then it's like, you the grandma
Yeah, exactly.
on the
So,
basketball court.
no, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
So, I believe that and I'm like you too, Devin. I always used to keep that in the back of my mind because people used to always say, "Oh, we're just not ready to have a baby. We're trying to prepare, financially." Well, I was like, "You do all that preparing financially. Did you even prepare mentally?"
Mm,
And it's like you're doing all this, you know, physical preparation. Are you emotionally prepared? So I don't think you're ever prepared to have a baby. I think you just
mhm,
adjust.
mm.
Yeah, that's real.
It's the word.
Yeah. I think you adjust because there's always going to be somewhere in your life where you're going to need some additional resources. You're going to need some additional help. You're going to need to lean on someone. And one of the things that I have adopted is, and I use this all the time. I was like, God didn't wake up surprised. I said that
Right.
earlier. Like,
I love
so
that.
why are we? God
Mhm,
wasn't surprised. So
Mhm,
why are we surprised?
mhm,
put it on the
So
shirt.
yeah.
Put it on the
So
shirt.
put it on a shirt. So it's just what I would tell women and what I do tell women, because through this journey, I have now inherited like this group of women who are looking for hope. They're
Mm,
looking for someone to pour into them, whether that's someone who's still waiting to have a baby, whether that's someone who is pregnant along with me, or someone who's looking to, to marry, whatever that looks like for them. I've now inherited this group of women that are they're just searching for hope.
mhm,
And what I say is, first of all, my biggest thing too is children are a gift from God. And what are we doing in order to receive gifts? Like, what are we doing to receive the things that we've been promised? So I think
mm,
some consistency has to happen on our end, in certain areas of our life, for those gifts to be received. So, um, would I look at my life and say we were perfectly ready to have a baby? Absolutely not.
mhm,
mhm,
It was not a part of the plan.
right.
mhm,
There were still some areas in our life where there are still some areas in our life where we're going to have to adjust, and we're going to have to adjust big time.
mhm.
Mhm,
Um, but I know this gift didn't come without a manual. This gift
right.
didn't come without instructions. This gift didn't come without promises. So I have that to lean on, and that's the message I would give women. It's like lean on the promises
Mhm.
that we've inherited for our life.
Yeah,
I love
God will
that.
take
Yeah,
care of y'all for sure.
yeah,
Every single
for
time.
sure,
He
every
won't
time.
he do it?
He does it every
So,
time.
what are your thoughts around, there's also some research that supports, like, women who have babies in their 40s or late 30s or what have you, they're able to, 1, research supports that they live longer, like, these women are seeing age 100 easily. Two, the cognitive abilities for their children are actually higher because they have more enrichment.
Mhm,
They have more experiences. Like you said earlier, finances sometimes when you are younger are different from when you're older. So you can expose them to different things too. So what are your thoughts around the research that supports the positive things? And the reason why I'm talking about the positive things, because we always hear about the negative
The
things, right?
negative.
We always hear, oh, well, your baby may have a disorder or something like that. Like, Nobody really cares about that not that I don't care, but I
Well,
don't
let's
wanna
not shine a
highlight
light on
that
that. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's not always the case, and sometimes that's a small percentage versus, like, all the babies who are thriving and all the children who are doing well as the moms are doing well too, because I don't wanna scare anyone who's listening. I do wanna give them hope, because if that's what your heart desires, I strongly feel God would give you that, when the time is right for you. So I just want to know your perspective around the research that supports the positive things.
So it's so funny. I didn't really have a plan to have a baby shower, right?
Right.
I was like, who is having a baby shower in their 40 somethings? Like, not even tripping about having one. But my really good friend, she's like, girl, you better have that baby shower because we're in our 40s and your friends got a little bit more money now.
Right.
She was
Yes.
like, they ain't gonna be showing up with one little pack of Pampers,
Right. You got Pampers,
little pack of baby wipes.
everything.
Yeah. She
Outfit,
said, yeah.
everything.
She's like, so you having this baby shower. So I kind of laugh about that because I think the same thing about mothers now. Like, we get to show up with so much more. You
Mhm,
get the opportunity to show up with so much more because you've experienced, you should have, not
mhm,
everyone, of course, we know, should have experienced so much that wisdom has been imparted in you
mm,
to be so much more patient, to be so much more gentle, to be much more understanding.
Mhm.
And I can look at my father, who was 46 when he had me, and the
mhm.
level of patience he had.
Yeah.
The my father wasn't a man of many words, but when he talked, his words meant something.
Mm,
The level of understanding, he was so trustworthy on God's word that I would come to him crying, and he's like, "Girl, you better dry them tears up."
oh,
So to be able to make me feel better with just powerful words, to make
mhm,
me feel better with wisdom, to make me feel better with knowledge. I'm excited to impart that into my son, because of the things I have experienced and the things
yeah,
I can let him know, like, hey, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
mhm,
Um, you're gonna be okay. So I believe the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience, the understanding, and then the opportunity to really get a second chance. And for some of
right,
us, third, fourth, and fifth chance,
Mhm.
um, to be a parent. We get to do this thing again, and we really get to evaluate how we get to be better,
Mhm.
yeah,
um, for this child.
I
That's
love that.
exciting. I'm
Yeah.
happy and excited for you.
Thank
Because
you.
this will be a new chapter for you, and
Yeah.
there is a lot of research out there that supports that kids thrive and so do the parents when they have their babies later in life. So you have been able to nurture and rear children at almost every stage of your life, and it,
Trust me, they're reminding me on Instagram every day. It's like she's had a child in almost every decade of her life. I'm like, wow, this is so true.
Yes, but I'm sure it's, while you were not trying to have a child, and we know God's plan is always what prevails, but I'm sure this will be a special moment for you and your husband,
Mhm,
having this baby. So I'm excited to see how we will be watching, how you all are adjusting to life as parents or new parents. Well, not even new
Yes.
parents, but you know what I mean, new baby.
No, and it's new. It's all new. I mean, it's new. I mean, it's new. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
we were parents before, but I mean, this is
Mhm.
2026.
mhm,
Yes, and these
that's
kids,
true.
Generation
They're
Alpha
different.
is what
Yeah.
generation is. Just if you need anything, Devin and I are here.
Yeah,
These kids are different, so just be
these kids
prepared
are different.
that you're what 17-year-old. What generation is that? Um,
I can't even keep
Probably
up with them.
Gen X, Z,
X,
one of
yeah,
those. They're
I don't know.
different. So
different.
They are.
my last,
So let me ask
Yeah.
you this, since we're
uh,
talking about your kids and different generations and all of that, how do you keep them close? Like, how do you foster that
that was
relationship?
gonna
What does
be
that
the
look
next
like?
question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, well, my kids are hilarious, as you can tell. They like my
Mhm,
daughter made the whole video funny. And I'll tell you this too, Devin, really quick, because you were saying earlier about how some people with large followings don't respond. Before my viral video, I had 7,100 followers.
mm, wow,
It wasn't until that video why now I have 75,000
Wow,
followers.
wow.
that's crazy.
So yeah.
It's
And so
crazy.
I didn't accumulate those before. So me checking my DMs was never like foreign to me because
Right.
of course, I'm gonna check my DM. However, um, that didn't come just from that video. That
Mhm.
came from doing like being small, consistent things I used to do over the years on my social media, and I believe God was like, "Okay, now's your time." So,
Okay.
just want to say that.
That's
Uh,
inspiring for us.
Mhm.
Thank you for
and
sharing
then
that.
now back to your question about my kids keeping them close. Um, so my kids all share a love for sports. And I share that love with them. So
Mhm.
that's kind of how we bond and we connect is through sports. And I always let my children know, like, you always want to come home, even if you're away for college. You always want to come home because you never know if the same people that were there before are going to be there. So
Mhm.
make sure you show up consistently at home. Make sure you show your face. Always, and I've always let my kids know you always have a place at home. You never ever have to feel like you have to leave. Like I'm never going to put you out. If
Mhm.
Yeah.
you want to stay here with me forever, you can, as long as we have a plan and you're not gonna be in here sucking up my air while I'm at work.
Mhm.
Where you can stay here forever. So I guess the first thing is let my kids know that home is always open, home is always available.
Mhm.
Um, and then really keeping them connected through um our relationship with Christ. I have a unique relationship with each one of them on how I foster that godly relationship with them. And not saying that it's been perfect, but it's been a journey.
Mhm.
So sports is kind of what keeps us connected. That's the one thing we don't really argue about in our household. And family time. Like my kids know I'm real big on
Mhm.
spending time with each other.
Mhm.
And as much as we can do it, we do. It doesn't have to be all the time. But if we get those core holidays in, those core birthdays, and then we go and support our siblings at their basketball games and things like that, then we're good to go.
Mhm.
Love
Sports
it.
is a that is one thing that connects our family too. Like my brother played college football. Me and my dad and my brother. I mean, my mom, she just joined whatever, she got down with the sauce, but we connect through sports too. We were huge Laker fans. And my husband and I are huge college football fans. So that's how we connected. And now our son is engaging in sports. So I love
Yeah,
how sports can just really be the nucleus for family
yeah.
things, engagement, and
And
all
and
that stuff.
and I guess I call it more so like competition because it's not even just sports. So like
Mhm.
when my kids are home, like when we recorded that video on Thanksgiving Day,
Mhm.
we actually me, my mom, my aunts, and a few of us had actually just got back from the Bahamas the night before because our
Mhm.
Okay.
my daughters played in the Bahamas for a Thanksgiving tournament. So
Mhm.
my daughter and her sister had no plans of coming home for Thanksgiving, but they wanted
Okay.
to be home and they made it home that day. Well, my mom is so big on us playing. We have game night all the time.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
when they come home, that's kind of our thing. Playing Sorry and Connect Four and
Mhm.
Uno and things like that. So competition, I think, kind of
Mhm.
is the the thing that keeps us, laughing and having a good time.
That's good. We always need a little
Yeah,
friendly competition.
yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Always a little friendly competition. So, to wrap things up, it sounds like your family is very excited. I know we saw the video of your
They are now,
chicken and how they responded, and they were like WTF pretty much. But how is
basically.
everybody feeling now
So
that this baby is coming in July?
yes. Well, I didn't even post my mom's reaction because hers is just as hilarious. But the way they flame me on social media about my kids, I said, y'all are not gonna flame my mama. So I have not posted my mama out here. Cause y'all can talk about me, y'all can even talk about my kids, but y'all are not gonna talk
Talk
about
about
my
my mom.
mama. So that video it was the same, that reaction was the same across the board for everybody. Everybody thought I
Mhm.
was lying.
Mhm.
Everybody thought I was joking. Everybody thought I was playing. Even my mother, she was like, "Girl, call your husband because I don't believe you." She's like, "Your husband will tell me the truth. I don't, you might not be telling me the truth." But anyway, everyone's excited. My daughter is especially excited because out of my core three, she's gonna be the only girl. And
Mm.
that's all she was hoping for, that she was the only girl. She's like, "Mama, I want to be the only girl. I don't want you to have another girl." So she's excited. My oldest son, he's so laid back and he is so chilled. He is like, you talking about one of the best kids ever.
Mhm.
He just whatever mama say. He like, okay, mama, whatever you
Oh,
want to do. He's such a sweetheart. And then my youngest son, I think he's just trying to figure out where he lands in all of this.
because that's the one that said, "I'm not the
Not
baby
the baby
anymore."
anymore. Yeah. So everybody is looking forward to this. I mean, my mom, my mother-in-law, my cousin, because remember my cousin, we're both 43. She just had a baby last week and
Mhm.
she's excited. So like everybody is like, again, we've all gotten through that shock stage.
Right.
We've accepted it. Now we're happy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I love
That's
that.
exciting.
Yeah.
We're so happy to hear
Yeah.
about this baby. We can't wait until July gets here. We will be
I know.
watching, like, hey, Stephanie, what's
Yes.
going on? But we're excited about our new baby that's coming soon. So
We
Thank you.
love the
Y'all keep
baby.
us in prayer because me and my husband are like over here, like a whole tug of war on what this baby's name is gonna be. So
Ah,
ooh,
y'all
that's
pray for
always
us because
tough.
he is so adamant about he is gonna get like to name all. I'm like, sir, you get the first name and the last name. I know you're gonna let me have the middle name.
At least give me the middle. That's
right,
I
fair.
know you're gonna let me have the middle name.
right,
Yeah. So he's my sergeant, I guess, because he just be like, who's pregnant? Me or you?
right.
Right.
You're the one
No, that's
sharing the baby.
Yeah.
fair. You give him the first and last, he can give you the middle. So we're gonna
Yeah,
keep you
give me the
lifted.
middle. Yeah, keep us in prayer. Keep us in prayer. Because remember, he just unthawed, and he is just like ready to.
He's like, now
I'm gonna have to use
that
that.
he got
Yeah,
what to
you
say.
need to thaw out.
Yeah, yes, but yes, all is well. We're good.
Love it.
Good, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is time for some mama juice. So, because our good sis Stephanie is with child, we don't have a mocktail today. But I always have a cocktail and a mocktail version. So, I'm going to give both. Your drink, Stephanie, is called 40 is the new 20.
Okay.
And yes, because it is in so many ways. We had some conversation before and we're like 40 really is the new 20. So,
Seriously.
um that's the only way this drink. That's the only name we got for it. So,
I like that.
yes, yes indeed. So, our mocktail has grapefruit juice. It has you can get a non-alcoholic elderflower simple syrup. You can pour some ice over that, some club soda, lime juice, and you can garnish it with either lime or grapefruit. So that
Mm,
is yes, that
Let us
is the
see it,
that
mocktail.
friend.
lime juice
It just
just
makes
seals it.
everything.
Man,
Citrus, lemon,
it's
or
still the
lime,
deal
it seals the deal every time. I keep
every
a
time.
lemon and a lime in my house. Like that is a
Yes.
non-negotiable. If you want a cocktail version, add 2 ounces of tequila. And that's what I'm drinking right now. Cause it's been a long week
Yeah.
and I need something to take the edge off. So I have tequila
I
in mine.
understand.
Yes. So this is also a really good spring drink. We are in March and spring will be
Mhm.
here officially on Friday. So we are cheersing to Stephanie, our new little baby that's due in July, and to your
Cheers.
growing family. Congratulations, Stephanie. Cheers to you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
So if this is your first time listening, Mama's Corner is my favorite segment. And so this is our opportunity to connect with our listeners and our guests a little further. So sometimes I will pull a question from our email, which if you're interested in emailing us, you can email us at mama@therealmamapod.com. Or we can ask an additional question. So I kind of wanted to circle back to something you said about your cousin recently having a baby. And so talk about having a bump buddy, because I swear by bump buddies. Like I just feel like when you're pregnant, like you have to have a community because the things that just be happening if you're not, even if you've been pregnant before, if you're not pregnant in that moment, like I just feel like people don't understand because they forget, right? You have the
Hmm.
baby, you forget all the things that happen. So you need somebody who's experiencing that with you. So tell us about your cousin and her being your bump buddy and what that looks like for you guys.
So, um, this is my second cousin bump buddy, actually.
Okay. Love it.
I have a OG bump buddy from back in the day. OG bump buddy cousin who wants no parts of being a triple bump buddy, by the way. But shouts out to my cousin Vonda. She's my OG bump buddy from back in the day. We have 2 kids that are the same age. Our oldest
Oh,
and our youngest are the same age. So
okay.
that's my OG bump buddy.
Love
So
it.
God knew that I couldn't do this alone a
Mm.
second time around.
Right.
So a
Right.
fourth
Right.
time
Right.
around. So my cousin Vivian, we are both 43.
Hmm.
We are 2 months apart. Our
Wow.
mothers are sisters. We were raised together like siblings. So our whole life has been nonstop since she was born in July. I was born in September. So ever since then, we have been connected at the hip. We look very much alike, according to social media. They think we're twins. So when she initially let people know about her being pregnant, of course, me and our other cousin knew before everybody else, but her pregnancy was very much planned.
Hmm.
So it's been amazing for our family because she's the last like grandchild of our grandparents to kind of like seal the grandchild
Okay.
thing here. So it was just extra
Yeah.
special for our family. So, we're preparing to get her name is Kanai. We're preparing to get baby Kanai here. And I'm telling her, like, girl, make sure you have a room in your house for me. I'm about to come, blah, blah, blah. So we're super excited. And then bam, I'm pregnant. And I have a little hesitation on telling her because I didn't want to take away from her shine.
Yeah.
I was like, this is her moment. And I really did not, I don't know, I was kind of letting the enemy make me feel bad, I guess.
Hmm.
Mm.
But honey, when I told her, when I said she was in tears, she was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. My baby doesn't have to be by itself. I get to do this
Yeah.
with you.
Mhm.
And she has been all my cousins, of course, but she's been super supportive, making sure I'm
Hmm.
okay, checking in on me like she always does.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
nothing new has changed. Nothing different has changed on how we operate. We just get to operate now as mothers.
Mhm.
And really kind of raise our children the way our mothers did. And I was at the hospital with her while she had the baby,
Mhm.
and she's home and she's doing very well. And she's actually now helping plan my baby shower. So
Oh, that's
Oh.
so
yeah,
awesome. It's nothing like a first
yeah,
cousin. Those first
Mm-mm.
cousins
nothing like
are
it.
different. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And all
Pretty
of us
much
were
siblings.
raised like sisters.
Mhm.
Right.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing so far, and our family is excited because we really haven't had a lot of small kids.
Hmm.
That gap is very large
Right.
between us and a lot of grandkids and then great grandkids.
Right.
Uh, so our family's super excited and we have 2 other cousins that are having babies too. So
Oh, wow.
Mm.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Well, I love it. This was a great conversation. Thank you so much for spending time with
Thank
us. Thank you
you.
for educating us. I've learned quite a bit
Mhm.
in this episode, and you are hilarious. I apologize in advance for like cracking up in the phone. I was
It's
trying to put my
okay.
head down,
You're fine.
but I was
It's
literally
so
laughing out
serious
loud.
though.
We gotta laugh. We got
Yeah,
Oh
you have to
gosh.
laugh. And we got to keep Kendra laughing today, especially.
Mhm.
So,
Yes. I appreciate
this
the
is
laugh.
great. And we can't wait to have you back to talk about,
Yes.
next steps and what that looks like for you. So,
I
we'll
would lo-
definitely be
I would
having you back.
love to come back. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
When we're in
Yeah,
Yes,
y'all
Nashville, we'll
can
for
have to
tell.
come
sure.
see you.
You said what?
When we're in Nashville, we'll have to come see you. It's not
Yeah, for
it's in
sure.
Atlanta. It's only
Yeah, that's what.
3
Yeah,
hours. I think it's about 3 hours.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
3.5. If you're driving
Yeah.
fast, you could do it in 3.
Kendra drives fast. So,
You could do it in
she'll
3.
get there
I
in
keep
3.
up with the flow of traffic.
Yes, I
Okay.
know that's right. You have to living in Atlanta. You will get ran
If
over.
you don't know how to drive in Atlanta, they will take full advantage of you. So
Yeah.
Full advantage of you.
they'd be the
Yes.
best driver here.
Kendra is the flow of traffic. Let's just say that.
She's the flow.
I
She's the
get what
flow.
I need to get safely. Always safe.
Well, this was a great episode. We really enjoyed you. Until next
Thank
time, mamas.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.